Essaywriter.org provided the following topic for me, and that is if you purchasing essays online counts as academic cheating. And I cannot believe that is a question because very obviously it is. If you're submitting work that isn't yours, that you didn't make, that you didn't produce, that you didn't perform within, and you are the person being evaluated, being graded, being examined, doesn't that defeat the purpose of what it's intended to be? Your reason to be in school, being educated? I don't know if this happened to you, but when I was a kid, I used to think that having a bad grade was the end of the world. Because, of course, with my mom being a teacher, I thought it would be unacceptable to bring home a bad grade. But I wish that instead we were told to, sure, take school seriously, perform as well as you can, but explain why. Let failure be something we get comfortable with, but not due to a lack of effort, but because there are some concepts that you are not meant to get. We're not meant to be perfect at everything. So if you're supposed to be bad at math, it's okay for you to have the occasional C or D. And F, I think it's too extreme. I can't imagine a circumstance in which you would score an absolute zero outside of not turning in your homework. But normalize allowing kids to perform a little less than excellent, because the way I looked at tests toward my high school years was, okay, these are my last few years in school. I want them to be my best, but also I understand the meaning of testing now. I may be a couple of percentages away from the 100. It is because tests are supposed to be an evaluation of your performance, but we're looking at it as you have to, no matter what, make A's, period. But why are we making A's? It is possible for you to make an A, be a good student on paper, academically gifted on paper, but you cannot apply the concept. So when it comes to essays, the reason I think this is very obvious is you're supposed to be tested on your ability to put together a paper, to perform works cited, to back up whatever it is that you're presenting on your essay. And if somebody were to ask you questions about it, maybe you don't have the answers, but you could create a discussion that you can guide. If you have questions about whatever it is that your topic was about, you may be like, well, during my investigation, I also read about A, B, C, and D, but I cannot claim to understand any deeper than what I presented in here. But what do you think? Or what do you have to say? Or get the teacher involved. Usually teachers automatically interjected if it was a subject that, of course, they know great depth about. And that is supposed to be the whole point of being in an academic setting. But when you're buying an essay, you are detaching yourself from it, because now you're not doing the work of actually diving in to find the information, to read, digest what you're reading, phrasing it in a digestible manner, but also in a way that shows that you understand what your research is, and be able to put it on paper or do a presentation that's verbal. But when you start buying it, it's no different from food. As opposed to you doing the cooking for your consumption, now somebody else is doing the work of having a kitchen, cleaning the kitchen, having their supplies ready, and having the menu items available, you ordering it, them doing it, they're doing the work. The person who pre-wrote the essay, or the AI that pre-wrote it, did the work, but you passed on that work to somebody else. That is not good. We're supposed to be evaluating you as a person, as a performer, as a writer, as a thinker, as a researcher. But when you start buying things, you're passing along that task onto something else or someone else. How is that supposed to be fair for you academically? You should be failed for that, because imagine if we allowed pilots to do that. doctors to do that, or anyone who you need for life to happen adequately. You're not gonna like that. You're not gonna like for your doctor to be someone who bought essays or someone who bought a video of a presentation of someone performing surgery, but they themselves didn't practice surgery. Thankfully, that doesn't happen. I hope not. Imagine if we literally did this for everything. You can buy your way out of a task, even if it's just a brainy task. Just do the work. Well, there you have it. That's it from me on this one. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.